Hey guys, me Misha, everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the markets. Um, yeah, what? You don't belong here. Yeah, that didn't last long. That didn't last long. Mhm. I think it's fair to say that this is a level now, and that's in point 0.5. Yeah, this one. This one. And it's also fair to say that um, that this was a test level. One bar reversal, volume top thrust, doesn't need a test or anything. Four and a half hour overnight. Uh, Same deal. Hey, yeah, like this. Yeah, Dow Jones still resists, but I think it will be drawn down by the market. Yeah, it's a good volume. Was trying. Dun, dun, dun. Not for long though, I think. Yeah, I missed my opportunity on Dow Jones and I side yesterday on Russell. No, on Qs. I side yesterday. Hmm. Should have taken it in hindsight. In a hindsight. Should I switch over to uh, that's been annoying me enough. There's also tomorrow and today. which, yeah, I see it doesn't have the tomorrow's 88. Dollar is a mess. Ruble is a mess, I mean. uh, Today, and perpetual futures. I think it's more true. Still so new. Why do I care? I don't care about uh, Intel is right there. It's actually in this long balance. Remember the song? The suffer beat? So yeah, that's how it was playing out. This long, beautiful balance. Yeah, and I think in 5 minutes it's gonna break it, so yeah, beautiful. It's a very powerful break, and all the volume is there. But hopefully, well, it's a bummer it didn't reach here, but also I need to break. I'd rather break even here. I'm in between the rock and a hard one on one side, but on the other side, I'm in a win-win situation. It will either correct to here, and I'll be able to break even on this short trade, irresponsible short trade. Um, and then it will go higher. Didn't break me even here, or it will just go here and break me even. Then I'll have to move my break even a little higher to compensate for whatever I lost here. Okay. Yeah. Ford tries to revive a little bit. We can call it the balance, I think. Yeah, we can. A short balance. We have a rain today in LA. It's super charming. Mm. KHC tries. Uh, I'm still in the straight to break even for 1/10 of the position. even less. I took like 10 portions. I took profit already and won like 1/11th of the position I still have on my IRA account. So um yeah, bounced to it, went lower. Um, boom. That wasn't the point 0.5. Maybe it was from here, yeah. Let's see what happened here. Dun, 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 dun. And then this, yeah, it might have been the yeah, I think it was an entry. And even without um point 0.5, it was um yeah, here's the point 0.5. Beautiful. Mm. We were below the transitioning charm already. Almost broke us even. If I knew, I should have closed out there. Um, yeah, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. So that was an entry. And I had shares, so. But I was sleeping. Yeah. Could have made a little bit of this position, just sell it. Wait. Was there? No. It was unvolumed. Ay, ay, ay. First hour of the day. Oh, no, right here. No, yeah. It was unvolumed. It was like morning session. So, yeah. No. I closed majority of my position. Not the majority. 1/3 of it. I still have 2/3. That's weird. I put it there. It's a break. So still tries to go. This thing. This thing still tries to go. Yeah, I think the market is indecisive. Still kind of bulls are still trying to push, but buyers. But I don't think they'll prevail. There's a change of direction here. Now it's a break and change of direction. We reversed. Hmm. It's a balance, so it's good for short now. Decided I use yellow for shorts that are on the table. Um, and continuation of the trend, I'll just blend with the daily watches. Yeah, I don't know who buys all of this. Uh, but it feels to me that like they are up to some trouble. I think it's like sellers are milking their buyers. All this like beautiful. See, that's how like smart money they move down. Then someone here like tries to buy it out, but um, and it's like initiative takeover that doesn't take over. We'll see if it will, but see this volume. Yeah, I think the buyer strength is dying. Is what I think. Is what I think. Um, that's also good for short. Quick 5 minute. Once we have the levels, maybe. This is our continuation of the trend. Um, that didn't quite reach 0.5 in correction. But in the moment, then I'm sure it was like too choppy. Yeah, then, and then it's this. Yeah, you see, like buyers are trying to show teeth, but I think they're toothless at this point. Again, initiative takeover, then probably will not take over. Here's another interesting one. Yeah, exactly. 0.5. Yeah, guys, I think we're like going down. This SPY, it's like bull 3. I don't know why I have it on my list, but I still do. Stuff of my greediness. And that was sign of strength. You see how funny it is? It's also tested the sign of strength. Beautiful. Here's our 0.5. The obvious. Yeah, I think we're going lower this time. Oops. Yeah, no, I took it like, I mean, this is suicidal. I would never take it. This is suicidal. I'm still trying to compensate for not taking all those trades. I should have taken. Okay, that's our short. Yeah, it's got to cool down. It's got to stop falling. And also, the volume distribution here is not necessarily the best. It's like the biggest volume. But it's also like, it's like matryoshka, doll and doll. It's the biggest volume of this movement, so it looks like an exhaustion, but also is the biggest volume I mean, second, third biggest volume ever since this entire move. So it's okay. Let's just see when it stops. Yep. Yeah. You see, this is up to no good. People are trying to buy it out, but people, why are you hurting yourself? It's David trying to fight Goliath, I think, at this point. Yeah. Market's going down, I think. You see people like yeah, that's how it works. Buyers are still excited. They're like, no, strengths and numbers. No, guys, I'm sorry. Strengths is in education, information, willpower, and the amount of your capital. You see people try to buy it out. Well, I don't think it's a good idea at this point. Ay, ay, ay. See how much money is going to be locked up in here, and that's how it works. And that's a great example. It's like, so we have a spring. We have a spring of this correction. But how come on this little correction, volume is better than any volume of this entire wave? It's like the best indicator. This is not a spring. I almost guarantee you at this point of my trading career that this volume is not long. If it was like this, like this, that would be perfect exhaustion volume for this correction. But when it's like this, bigger than anything on the entire long wave, I almost guarantee you it's a setup. I almost guarantee you that. I promise you that. Promise you that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So yeah, even though it went like a little higher and it's still, yeah, I'm almost guarantee you it's a setup. It is a transitioning shroud. It's very tempting to. Yeah, it is a transitioning shroud. I can see it. It's very tempting to say this is a transitioning shroud. I think it is. I think it was a. Yeah, an accident. Come on, Misha. Stop doing that. And then we shouldn't have 0.5 and all that. Yeah. This looks like a spring into this volume level. It's new to test. Yeah, weird motion. This is not bad actually. Maybe. Maybe baby. Yeah, I think the whole thing will go down. Needs a test, is the very least I can say. Yeah, look at all of this. This ship is going down. It's more so this now. This ship is going down. As it should after what happened on Friday and where we are on all the other levels. I think end of the year is gonna be. We didn't have it in August or September, but October. Hmm, look at this guy. He's like, I don't care about the rest of the market. It's gonna go up. And yeah, it's good in continuation of the trend. I think we'll see another powerful motion down. Uh, Once it corrects, potentially it can be even stronger than initial movement. If initial was wave one, this is wave one, and this is correction two. So in that setup, so like three can be like this, and then four, five. Two, two. Fire showing teeth, especially since it's a earnings. Well, technically it's a very good volume in the beginning of the wave. But have you seen XLF financials? I'll show you if you didn't. If anyone needs the glasses, let me know. And once again, coincidentally, it's also same deal. Why is it in correction we have fourth biggest volume of the entire wave? Suspicious. They have such friend. Suspicious. Why is that Hondas don't use the sunscreen? Suspicious. That's what I thought. That nerdy friend who suspects and doubts everything is me. Yeah, everything looks great on inferior time frame, but almost guarantee it's almost suicidal to do anything. and then you have oh, sorry, there's like two short bars. I should stop using also long, but long and short is more true to its nature than the whole freaking mm, bears and bulls and all this nonsense. Wait, why is it? Should be on my daily watch. Yeah. Unvolumed spring is never a good idea. Unvolumed spring is definitely not my friend. It's never a good idea. Yeah, you guys, I think that was like a big mistake for whoever was buying here. I think this is bravado of the buyers who still can see what's going on. Volume is good though, but what can you do? Yeah, or despair of people who are locked in, because that's how the whole thing works. You lock in the buyers, and then they try to. Oh, that worked. That worked. You lock in the buyers or sellers for that matter, and then you make them do desperate moves when they're trying to unlock their positions, thinking that they can move the market. Actually, that was a trade right here. Yeah, it's kind of, it broke the level at test. But if you really wanted this trade, that was a 2-bar spring test, and that was an entry. Super scary, but the market is. It was like so far. Yeah, it's like too. I'm not sure if it was a good idea to go beyond the T1 here. Technically, it's all right. Oh, yeah. No, maybe it was not bad. Maybe it wasn't bad. And it's target in win point 5, so. Hmm. You see, there's something. It's a good exhaustion volume. It looks scary, but we got a test and we got everything we needed. And like test, yeah, it closed below, but not terribly. And then it ducked, like on a smaller volume, it went up. So it's a little wide, but it worked. The heck you think you're doing? It's good for short. Doing earnings. That's what this stock is doing. It's doing earnings. Uh, oh, it went up. Well, that was a it was an upthrust. But that, of course, just this is makes no sense. This makes no sense. Um, it's too violent, too volatile. That's too volatile. Yeah, no, what can you do about it? Hmm. Well, like same deal everywhere, but not volume. So, well, of course, it's very tempting to have this level here and say, hey, never mind the transition extremum. We're still in this motion, but you know, and everything looks great, but also let's ask my trading coach. This is hard to identify. This is hard to identify. Uh, yeah, I think it's something like this. Yeah, yeah, I think this is what it is. Ah, by the way, yeah. Um, yeah, that's what it is. And this doesn't look bad. It's last hour of the day. Last hour of the day, so the biggest volume. So we can deduct this. Mm, it's very unvolumed. And also, yeah, not much you can do. So this, mm, that's volume. So nothing we can do about it. It's not the last hour, it's the hour before the last. So yeah, that was our biggest volume. So oh. Speaking of XLF, look at this guy. This is something. This is something. And it's good in continuation of the trend now. Well, after 30 minutes. But it's gonna get in there. Because for now it's this. We are getting the levels in 0.5. In the 0.5. Hmm. It's interesting. Yeah, but nothing. Look at this. United Health tries to hold on. Don't think it will, but we wish it the best of luck. Very tragic stock this year. And that's weird what I did. It's hard to tell. It doesn't matter. You can't call it a balance, of course. So let it just decide what it wants to do. That's iconic. The fact that Apple is probably missing its all-time highs by a hair. Is it all-time? Yeah, look at Apple. Look at Apple. Yeah, so. Okay. And Apple is short. So it's okay. So it's okay. Too far below 0.5. But also not horribly, and that's a good volume level. So if it comes here, maybe. Yeah, it's not quite the level. It's here. It's here. So still this. So where were we? UPS, yeah. That was not a change of direction. And this 0.5 doesn't matter. Do you believe that it will just go here, like kiss this level, and we can expect automatic rally, but like not a reversal, not a full scale reversal? But it's there in this long ass balance. Um, how is this volume? Tell me it's gonna miss it. Tell me it's gonna just bounce of it. And you see the volume is good enough for exhaustion of this correction of this wave, but there's like, for what I'm talking about, it's a downtrend. And yeah, it's not like nothing like any form of exhaustion. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, everything comes in perspective. um, but yeah, you only can identify bounds by the change of um, direction on inferior time frame. So only like it needs to change direction now in order for us to say, hey, it bounced. That's short. That's short. Um, that's 19th of September, but this is a real volume um, to reason in. But this thing was absolutely unvolumed. See, I mean this volume. Yes. I wouldn't be too much afraid of it. It bounced to it for sure, but um, wait, what we're looking for? We're looking for 0.5 that which is approaching. Uh, and that's where it humped last time. So yeah, unfortunately it changed direction on inferior time frame, so we would much rather for it not to do that, but it did. So let it run and see what happens. This is good in continuation of the trend. It's so cool when it rains in LA. So charming. It's so not cool when it rains in St. Petersburg, in my hometown. 300 days a year, or snows, or blizzards, or I don't know. And it's so cute and cozy when it rains in LA. See, same weather, huge difference for me personally. Uh, I don't know, there are other people probably out there who love when it rains in St. Petersburg as well, but not me. But not me, apparently. This needs to stop. That needs to stop. And I don't have cash available for Russian market anyway. Same like here, that was an entry. Eh, so high. Very concerned about it. The heck happened there? I don't care. Should actually remove all the Russian stocks maybe from my watch list at all. I don't have time for all of this. This is short. I think this is still the volume to be aware of. We're like in there right now. However, huh, like we say by the ruler, just a base, just drop into this volume level, and now shows us some volume. And so yeah, no, I wouldn't touch it. No, I wouldn't touch it now. Out of my inquisitiveness, we can, but just out of my inquisitiveness. And since there's not much to um, watch really today. Oops, what did I do? I did everything wrong. um, I'm not gonna do thin lines for bar levels anymore. I think I'm ready to. I trained myself well enough to see like to differentiate visually bar levels and wave levels. So mm, that used to be like a visual assistance for me to not lose a track of where is the bar level and where is the wave level. Yeah, 0.5 and everything, but none of that matters because, but none of that matters. Well, on 5 minutes, volume distribution is better, and yet. Am I talking myself into some problem now? Into some trouble? Uh, yep. I think in trading, the biggest skill to have is to get used to watch market go without you. I think it's truly that skill, the crucial skill for growing your capital, for keeping your mm, mental health in good condition. Because it just does it. Goes without you. Maybe there are people out there who can see all the market situations. It's not me. And I'm mocking by no means. I do believe that there are such people. There is no trading system or strategy that would be able to see all of the setups out there. No way. So legit 0.5. So there we go. Leave it alone. Oh, sorry. This is unwollen spring, so also it's cool and all of that on 1 hour, but it's a initiative takeover that didn't take over. Volume, volume, but can't overcome it and can't break above. So we can check in 0.5 and all of that, but in all the reality, yeah, I don't think so. It's correction, so this doesn't make sense anymore. We need to look at the wave short. Let's keep it open for that matter. Um, to douche. What was that? Never mind. Huge volume. And it's in 0.5. It's in the monthly level right now. But also look where it is. It's up there, so no way, we'll watch it, but it's now daily watch. It needs a closed manipulation signal. Yeah, and it's so far below, so in all reality, it's right there right now. Volume distribution is short, it's above us. It's like way above us. So there's nothing exciting that I see here for uh, for long. And we are well below our transition extreme, and there's a bunch of volume before us. Wait, is it before or after? I think it's after us. In our face, I say. Yeah, but and only the inferior time frame says, buy me. This is so typical. You guys can't even imagine how typical it is. All the like superior time frames say like, no, you're counter trend. And then inferior time frames like, oh, I'm here. Right there. Where were they? Yeah. Look at this. It'll show you beautiful spring and a test and everything you wanna see. But look at all this. Even here locally. Look at this volume. Yeah. Yeah. The range, like Titans, on the good side, and that's about it. Same deal. It's good for short. And yeah, we already discussed how beautiful this volume is, but we don't have monthly level for it. But yeah, the volume is just amazing. On metals and mining, what can you do? What can you do? So high up there. However, however, yeah. Hey, where's my volume? However, all the rest looks beautiful. This volume is a little freaky, but oops. I got a test. That's why we need a test. That's why we need a test. Biggest volume and then volumed, unvolumed top thrust. That's the first sign. But yeah. Well, actually, of everything I saw, if I was to risk my money, if I was forced to risk my money, probably, as weird as it may sound, it's just I'm me loving the daily volumes. That's it. 13th of October, 3 million. Okay, let's see our gainers and losers, and I'll have to wow. You guys, now we're getting like a real rain. That's amazing. That's amazing. Nature manifests itself. Yeah, sure, of course. What was it? Was it a break? Um, I want to see my gainers and losers for today. Wow. Look at this guy. I have two words for you. Like one actually. A composite word. Geopolitics. Uh, what else can I say? Well, and I think like Russian economy is like dying in all reality. Uh, it's like war economy that doesn't produce any consumer product, and everything like most of what it produces just gets shot in the air. and there is no profit from it whatsoever, unless Russia wins the war and starts benefiting from acquired territories and whatnot, mm, and all the other geopolitical perks of winning the war. Other than that, mm, just a waste of money. Well, it's so horrible and tragic, so like maybe it sounds a little inhuman how I talk about it, but I'm talking about the economy of war. It's a huge, huge tragedy before all, of course. Yeah, it like passes for like exhaustion volume. And then look at this beautiful spring, right? Oh my gosh, what a yum. What a beautiful upthrust. Oh, right there is this volume. Gourmet. Can you believe it? Unvolumed. And it broke. And then, like on inferior time frame, it almost never shows you a setup unless you're bold enough just to trade it from here. Interesting. That now was a good exhaustion volume, but Nornickel, I think they just sold it to Chinese. They just like they're moving the entire freaking. This guy's insane. I think they're moving the entire like mining factory to China to like officially avoid sanctions, but in reality we understand like what's going on. I think they're just like so they can't take a mountain itself, the Urals. They can't like sell it to China, but they just like take everything. So only the raw material is gonna be like exerted from the mountain, and then this raw material is gonna be like railroaded to China, and all the processing is gonna be done there. Uh, and they try to sell it to people like geopolitical victory because that technically helps Nornickel to bypass the sanctions. It's just horrible. They're selling the motherland just like piece by piece. If they could, they would have like cut off the mountain and sell it to China. It's just ridiculous. Meantime, this looks good. Except for the year, because the biggest volume is up here, we below it, and like the biggest volume is so like volume spring, but correction is way bigger than the spring. So this whole monthly model kind of doesn't work anymore after this volume. So it looks down. But locally on daily it looks pretty neat. And on hour it looks neat, so it looks good, I'm saying. Yeah, horrible. Russian markets are in horrible condition. For better or worse, as any human being, I want war to stop ASAP. But as mm, person who was like born and raised in Russia, of course, I cannot wish Russia to lose. It's a horrible, devastating. I've survived through Russia losing in Cold War, and that was a Cold War, not a hot war. That was horrible. I can only imagine how Germany felt like in in mid and late 40s. Um, so in all like reality, I can't wish any country, any nation to ever win in war. Um, so I feel like it's like very troublesome situation, but I wish the war to stop. Hello? Hello? Oh, so Robert tells me that many homeowners in my area are switching over to solar. It's great news. I'm all in for green energy. However, you know how now they like cut off all the programs. I mean, again, I don't want to sound like a Trump supporter or something, but like an industry that's been dotated, supported financially for like 30 years and still cannot break even, there's something wrong in there. Like very wrong. People just abusing the system. They take the benefits or whatever, um, selling out their quotas for internal combustion engines, aka Tesla, and all of that shit. Um, yeah, like supporting an industry that is like good for ecology and all of that is great, but like 30 years, you got to sink or swim in 30 years. Just what it is. Mm, this is good for a short. So I'm remarking my hourly watches for short into yellows. That's the biggest change I have for us now. Okay, with all that, I'm gonna go. Same here. It's good for short. So yeah, I'm all in for like renewable green energy, but that's an argument like 30 years. They can't figure out their shit. It's not it's not sustainable energy, I'm saying. It's a fiction. It has to change. And I think there are technologies out there. It's just like people don't want to employ them. Why? They just can't have like government dotations and live off them, just draining like people's taxes. Um, and this is not good. As a matter of the fact, I think if proven in their wrongdoings, those people should be uh, brought to the court of law. If people on intention were suppressing mm, solar and everything just to continue receiving support from the government of the taxpayers' money, I think it's a criminal misdoing, wrongdoing. And I do know, like, I have like friends who are homeowners and they're telling me like horrible stories how like energy companies would like give them penalty for supplying too much electric units back into the system just because they would underutilize what their like solar panel would generate. And I was like, this is criminal. I also think it's very detrimental when a watermill power plant pumps water up the hill just to drain it down during the night when during the day when electricity units so like pumping it up the hill during night because energy is cheaper just to drain it down the hill in the day because energy is more expensive and make the profit on the difference. Whereas like of course it's like from the physics standpoint of view, it's a pure loss because it takes more energy to bring water up the hill than the amount of energy can be generated by water running down the hill, unless I don't know something crucial, unless I'm missing something, unless there's like efficient technology that I don't know of that allows to make more energy while water goes down the hill compared to what it takes to pump it up the hill, which I doubt. Anyhow, I'm not a physicist. I'm an actor and a trader. So you guys trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone knows anything. Learn and grow in communities of like-minded